You said with DreamWorks kind of pulling out of it a little bit. Was it more to do with they didn't think it was going to do well, or was it more like concerns over if it was a bit close to the mark with some things? What was it?
I think honestly it was the P&A department. I think they wanted to go in sort of a more artsy, serious direction. They wanted to win Oscars. They wanted DreamWorks to be seen as this studio that made important pictures. And I think at that time also there was kind of a teen gross out fatigue. You know, we're coming in at the tail end of an era where, you know, I think American Pie 80 had just come out or something. I mean, they were just cranking out the American Pie films. And, you know, and it was just kind of like this effort to see how gross and weird and shaved pubes in the thing and sperm in the can, and just trying to see how gross and weird teen comedies could get. I think they kind of perceived it as one of those. And I think the tragedy is like that screenplay, first of all, it sold for $3 million. So I don't know why they would purchase a screenplay for $3 million and then not throw everything they had into making it a success, but that's, you know, I'm, you know, showbiz. So, you know, I think the tragedy is that, you know, the screenplay was written by, you know, three of the main Seinfeld writers. So this wasn't just sort of an effort to be as gross and you know, weird as possible. I mean, I think one of the reasons the movie has lasted as long as it's did and held up as well as it does is because, you know, the jokes are actually funny. The scenes are actually funny. You know, getting kicked in the robot balls, that's funny. You know, you know, getting blow robbed is funny. You know, Miss Guzzi on the train's funny. I mean, these scenes are funny, and and so you know, I think the tragedy of DreamWorks' decision to maybe not support it as much as they could have is that, you know, I think that this film could have done a lot better with a little bit more oomph. But I do understand that. You know, we were in a time where people were just kind of getting tired of these teen gross out comedies, and this one kind of got thrown into that bucket. And I don't know if that's totally fair, because I don't think any of the gross out moments were necessarily just there to gross people out. You know,
I think there is some deeper stuff in there as well, isn't there? Because there's like things like. There's kind of stereotypes of Americans and Europeans kind of played off against each other kind of constantly throughout the film. There's a cleverness to that as well as just the more obvious stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the original title of the project was Ugly Americans, which I thought was good, which I thought was a much better film. But also, you know, at that time, the United States had just invaded Iraq. So pretty tough to come in hot off the heels of invading another country and call your movie Ugly Americans and have it be funny. Yeah. So I mean, I get why they had to change the name, but once I heard that they were calling it Euro Trip, I was like, that's not good either, because, you know, they're just trying to basically pin it to the success of Road Trip, and you know, it's a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Definitely. It does seem now, obviously, you call it a tragedy. I think it's probably a good word for it. But now, with the lasting success that the film has had, it really seems like it would have taken one person just to stand up and be able to have a voice and say, I think this can be this, for it to all have worked so differently. We talk about sort of DreamWorks wanting to take themselves seriously and make serious films. It seems now that we've actually come back round in a cycle to be at that stage again where studios are trying to make serious films, and this will be one of the last real gross out comedies, and it was 17 years ago. Doesn't seem like you'd get another Euro Trip today.
Not today. There's no way that movie gets made today. Absolutely
no.
Absolutely I think zero. Not you can't have a movie that plays on those kinds of fun stereotypes, any kind of stereotypes, really. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it definitely was the last of its kind. I think it was one of the best, frankly. You know, I've watched a lot of them. I've studied a lot of them. I've written a few of them myself. Got one option. But you can't do that movie. You can't do that movie now. There's just no space in the cultural milieu for a movie of that nature.